We came across this apartment complex with poorly designed entry walls. There's clearly a design flaw which should have been addressed in the original construction, and this could have been mitigated by either A, installing a single post that goes from floor to ceiling, or B, installing a wall brace connecting to the opposing wall. As tearing out the drywall would be labor and cost intensive, and there are a total of 22 units with this flaw, our team decided to go with option B, building a brace connecting the two walls. In this model you can see the wall deformation replicated without a brace. With the brace installed, you'll notice how nearly all the movement is arrested. This not only secures the walls from deforming, but also provides security, as the property owners were having issues with people pushing the walls hard enough to open the doors. The first step is to cut some 2x10s and 4x6s down to size. We opted to put a pointed edge atop the 4x6s to discourage anybody from stepping on them, and to add just a touch of curbside, or hallway, appeal. The final pieces will consist of 2 plates with a connecting brace in the middle. One plate will be smaller than the other, and this is due to the design of one wall having a large window to work around, while the other side not having a matching wall stud placement. By oversizing the opposing side's plate, we can ensure that we will hit at least 2 of the studs for fastening our piece. To match the chamfered edge on either ends of the plate with the top and bottom, I put the miter saw to 45 degrees and cut the first piece. Once I was happy that it was aligned with the top and bottom chamfers, I just threw down some tape and marked the line. This line will then be used as the stopping point for all the remaining pieces. With a total of 22 braces needed for this project, individual fabrication for each with all the measurements would have taken me quite some time. To cut down on this, I created a template on a piece of cardboard complete with the hole locations for each of the lag screws, the corners, and the outline for the connecting 4x6s. You'll notice that even though there are 2 different size plates, all the dimensions for both were affixed to a single template.
Isn't that faster way to do this? You tell me this is like the fastest way I've discovered. Look at me, we want all center. It's fucking genius, dude. Look at that. Nice template. We have so many to do. Fuck.
As there will be lag screws recessed into the backs of either plate, we needed to drill some holes using a Forstner bit. These holes needed to be just deep enough to allow for clearance of the lag screw head and a washer. You might notice some of the markings on the end grain of all the connecting brace pieces. As each of the 22 units had just slightly different widths, it was important to stay organized and mark them all to the correct dimensions. For the assembly, scrap pieces of flooring screwed together were used as a spacer between the tabletop and the bottom of the brace. This spacer height allowed for the piece to sit level, which increased both the speed and accuracy of the assembly.
So I think we got like 6 or 7 dozen oysters.
From where?
Take one, let's go measure.
9'1".
109.
Okay, ooh, whoa, too much. Alright, there we go.
Half inch off.
Yep. Try the wall. Close the door.
Take one, let's go measure. No, later, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Seriously.
Okay, really. Make it easy, wouldn't it?
I don't want to waste wood. Come on, let's go.
Okay.